and it's Thursday. So yesterday I had the privilege of listening to Rishi Sunak and his spring statement. Now, I've had a lot of respect for Rishi Sunak. Well, say a lot of respect. I've had respect for Rishi Sunak within reason because he's had a lot to deal with and a lot to try and figure out over the last couple of years with everything that's been going on with COVID and balancing books out and Brexit and this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. I get that, not a problem. So he's got a little bit of wiggle room in that sort of area with me anyway. However, he's let me down yesterday. Oh, Rishi Sunak, he's let me down. It's not just me he's let down because I expected more from him. He's let down pretty much the entire country. And at a glance from The Guardian, it says here on the cost of living sections the things that he's actually doing something about. It says the Chancellor said the OBR forecast that inflation would average 7.4% this year. So 7.4% inflation, that's a lot. I'm not going to get a pay increase of even 2% this year. You know, NHS workers get even less than that, and yet inflation is set to be an average of 7.4%. That's not great, is it? No, it's not. Let's continue. Fuel duty will be cut for only the second time in 20 years, according to Rishi Sunak, by 5p a litre for a full 12 months. Now, that was supposed to come into effect. Lee, what's going on? I'm all right, mate. So that was supposed to come into effect from 6 p.m. 1800 last night. And I can tell you now 100% without shadow of a doubt, and I can prove it too, because I might go down there later on. Before 6 p.m, all day yesterday, the Apple Green petrol station down at Camberwell was £1.67.8. They're usually a little bit cheaper than most Apple Green, but they were £1.67. From 6 o'clock, they should have reduced that by 5p. They didn't. All night I was working up until 1 o'clock in the morning and I was passing it. Did they reduce that by 5p? No, they didn't. I tell you what they done, which is what every other petrol station is doing, because you're not going to notice a difference in your fuel. You won't. I can guarantee it. The duty comes down by 5p. The petrol station raises the cost of their fuel by 5p. So you're not going to see a difference. They're making more money. This is absolutely disgusting, and I knew this would happen. Thanks, Rishi Sunak. Thanks for that. Thanks for nothing. You should have known these greedy bastards were going to do this. Breathe, boy. Breathe. It says here that Sunak said the fuel duty cut was worth 5 billion and would take effect from 6 p.m. on Wednesday. So if that's the case, and these petrol stations are not lowering the price of their fuel, they're actually increasing it by 5p to balance things out, you know, so you're not seeing the change. That means the fuel industry is making £5 billion in a year. Just throwing it out there, you know. The government will cut to zero a 5% VAT rate for households installing solar panels, heat pumps, or insulation. Now, that was all because of the European Union. So he can do that because we are now out of the EU. And you know what? I agree with that one. Fine. Not a problem. And it also says here that Sunak said he would double the government's household support fund to £1 billion. Now, what I would have done differently, Mr. Sunak, if you ever watch this, you Class A pillock, right, is I would have said that for everyone in the UK of pensionable age that literally claim their pension and they do find it difficult, I would say reduce the VAT on their fuel costs 100%. Like no VAT for gas and electric for anyone of pensionable age. I think that's fair. I would have said that instead of a 5p off the duty, I would have reduced duty by 50%, which is a hell of a lot more, and then put a price cap on the fuel of no more than £1 and 55.9 pence per litre. That's forcing every fuel manufacturer and whatever to have competition with them between themselves. So they can't go over a certain amount, but they can compete with each other for the best price, making people go to whoever they want to go. And the thing is, more people will then buy the fuel, which means they're then making their money back on the cut of the duty. And I know it's difficult because you want to try and balance things out with the environment, but at the moment, you know what? The planet's not going to go anywhere, is it? The environment, it's unfortunate what's happening to it, don't get me wrong. We're not killing the planet, we're killing ourselves. Let us deal with that in another time. At the moment, we need to get people out of poverty. Okay? And according to Rishi Sunak, he's also saying that by 2024, you won't be paying 20% on your income for income tax. It will go down to 19%. Well, that's all well and good, but that's in 2 years from now. And I want that money now. You see? So these are things that he could do, but he won't. The things that he also could do was, if he was to get someone to track the money trail and investments of these Russian oligarchs that had all these different assets and funds within the UK, if any of them are found to be illegal or linked to illegal activities, which by and large you can guarantee they would be at some point, seize those assets and keep them for the country. So I'm just saying it. It's like, if they shouldn't have had that money anyway, where else is it better go? I don't know. Let's just give it to the people of the UK. Or failing that, let me do one better. Put 70% of it towards a Ukraine relief fund to support refugees and children and help to rebuild the country when they win this illegal war. So I'm just saying, there's many things that Mr. Sunak could have done. And the thing is, reducing the fuel duty by 50% wouldn't be permanent. It would literally be temporary. I would have put that in for at least 2 years, up until this next general election. And then, see what happens after that. Because it could be something that works so well that you might want to keep it. You see? It just boggles the bloody mind. Then he talks about, in fact, he didn't talk about it, I'm talking about it, funds for the NHS. And I've mentioned this before. If you want to have a better service for the NHS, give people an opt-in for NHS Plus. Just saying, if you never use it, then whatever. But if you pay, say, £1 a week into NHS Plus, or not even £1 a week, let's do one better. If you opt into an NHS Plus system, you could pay voluntarily 5p out of every pound to go into NHS Plus. I personally would pay 5p in every pound I earn to go into my NHS Plus. That would give me free prescriptions, better medical care for treatments, for cancer treatments, for example, things that would normally cost a lot of money that you can't get on the NHS. It would get you an updated file on your NHS number, which could get you seen by a GP quicker as a priority patient, as not as someone that is having to wait 3 weeks for an appointment when you don't know if you're going to be ill in 3 weeks from now. That's like me booking I'd like to book an appointment for the GP, please. We've got nothing for 4 weeks. What's it for? I don't know yet, but I might be ill in 4 weeks from now, so I'm just preempting it. So I think I'll book an appointment, and if nothing happens, I'll still turn up just for get a clean bill of health sort of thing. But so with NHS Plus, it would help to guarantee you a better service with a GP, and all of the money that would go towards these things, especially if you're not using the NHS and you're paying into it, would go to funding, just better quality for the NHS, giving nurses a better pay rise or better pay. Doctors, don't get me started, they get a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but nurses and key staff that literally are there constantly looking after people on the front line of the NHS. They deserve better. So there's that. GPs, I think, get paid way too much money. I'm just throwing that out there, like way too much money. And I think there should be a cap on how much money they can earn, because I think it's disgusting personally. But tell me what you think in the comments down below, what you think Sunak should have done. Any ideas for, what he could have put in the spring statement? Because Sunak, to me, at the moment, has lit himself down. He's lit the whole country down with this ridiculous spring statement. He could have done better. He's failed us. I'm sorry. I've had a lot of respect for him in the past, old Sunak. But do you know what? Now, absolutely not. He's absolutely shot himself in the foot. And I think now he's got no chance, as it stands, of leading this country. Because I thought he'd be a good candidate at some point, but I don't think he could do it. I don't reckon he could hack it. So there we go. Anyway, you've been watching Chris on Real Talk for the last 11 minutes and 24 seconds. Thanks for watching. See you later. Mwah.